Good morning and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, September 26, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to my podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. And also be sure to like and share if you're listening to this on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook under Spirit Teacher Lisa Hopp. Please be sure to also like and follow me there. And for those of you coming back, I appreciate you so very much. You are my intrepid listeners. And you give me such great ideas about what to talk about. And you don't realize it, but your suggestions are always timely. I'm usually thinking about what to talk about, and the very topic I'm thinking about, I get an email suggesting it. So for me, it's validation. It's encouragement. So thank you for being that conduit. Thank you for inspiring me and for helping me to do this podcast. I appreciate it so much. It might very well be a shorter podcast today. I can't say for sure. But there's a topic that I've really been wanting to talk about. And yes, I did get the validation that it was a good topic to talk about. And that topic is success. And what does that mean? And how do you achieve it? And why is it so important to achieve it? And what keys do you need to achieve it? There's a key. The key to the key to the key. You cannot be successful unless you love what you are doing and unless you love who you are. Have you ever seen a musician, a singer, and they're loving the performance? Not the ones that are nervous, trying to be perfect, hitting the right chord, performing off of expectation, but the ones that are really into it, really loving it. And that can apply to a baker. It can apply to anyone. That great love, that creativity, the kind of creativity that keeps you up all night when you know that you should try and get some sleep. Hours fly by. Time just goes so fast. You look at the clock and you can't even believe it. That is the key to success. And here's the wonderful thing. It's yours. It's completely yours. No one else can tell you what success should mean to you or must mean to you. No one else's approval matters. Only yours does. How you spend your time is only what is important to you. We spend so much time, many of us, wanting to know that we're good enough, following rules, pleasing others. And I'm not talking about the rules of wearing a seatbelt or obeying traffic laws or those type of safety rules. I'm talking about others' expectations of us. Living according to what we were taught about our beliefs and about how we should live our life. We are human beings, and being loved is so very important. Knowing that we're lovable is so very important. But truly, you can't win another's love by wanting their love, by trying to win their love. You can only attract love to you by loving yourself and loving who you are and being who you are and living according to your own conscience, your own morals, your own personal beliefs, not the ones handed to you by others, but your gut, your soul, what resonates with you. And that's where success comes from. Many times in the past, people have said, whether it be during World War II or another time in history, I was just following orders. I was just doing what was expected of me. And they had the cost of it. They received the cost because they weren't living according to their own heart and their own soul, their own consciousness, what they loved, who they wanted to be, who they are. You are uniqueness. There is no one else like you on this earth, in this universe. You are different from everyone else. And you are all that matters. And yes, we should be kind. We should serve others because that's who we are. We are givers as well as receivers. We are supposed to be in that abundant flow where what you put out, you get back 10 times or more over. That was set up for us. That is how it's supposed to be. And because there's no one else like you, you can only give from your own spark. You cannot be a copy of another person. You cannot successfully emulate another. You are your own brand. What are you doing about your brand? Who are you? Are you happy? Are you in love with yourself? There is a whole energy around you that is in love with you. That energy of heaven. That energy of unconditional love. But are you? How do you feel? It is so important to feel that love, to embrace that uniqueness, to go towards designing your ideal path, your ideal life, your ideal future. You are who you are, and no one else has the right to tell you who you should be. Just yesterday, I was telling someone that I had started a new chapter in my life about 8 years ago. And at the start of the new chapter, I sat down and I asked myself, who is true and authentic Lisa? What does that look like? What am I doing? What clothes am I wearing? How do I feel? And with a big smile, I said to her, this person, I had this image of colored hair, a little piece of purple in it, perhaps, a little highlight, a t-shirt, a jacket, Converse jeans or Converse sneakers, and yes, jeans. There's a coolness about this authentic Lisa as she did hobbies in her life and goals in her life. And yet that image that I had of my new beginning never quite materialized. But why I'm laughing is that the reaction that I received was, I have a pair of Converse sneakers that I haven't worn in your size. Will you take them? Yes, I would try them on. Because I knew at that time that that's who I was. That is how I felt I was and could be. Now, of course, to many of you listening, a t-shirt, Converse sneakers, color through the hair is not who you truly are. Doing a certain exercise is not who you truly are. At the time, I wanted to learn musical instruments, and I have. But that may not be who you truly are. And that's all right. Who you truly are is what you can imagine about the greatest version of yourself. I wanted to be able to, and I have, by the way, but this image I had of myself was one where I just floated along, and I was casual and happy, a lightness of being. What image do you have for yourself? Are you a great musician? Do you write books? Are you a healer? Are you a teacher? Are you an advocate? Have you always wanted to paint or write music? What you are drawn to is yours. What you feel within yourself you want to learn is already given. It is just a matter of making the time and applying the love. I love watching a person love what they're doing. The joy in their face. Whether it's a musician or a performer, or as I said before, a baker, or a landscaper. Recently, I got the great gift of watching someone who loves birds, eagles and hawks, and there's all kinds of birds in their region, and they get up before dawn and they say good morning to these wonders of nature. And they get thousands of views just because they love birds. And these thousands of views gives them an income. I don't know how much it does, but enough that they keep going. Enough to pay them something. And it all comes from a great love of those creatures. Just getting up with a camera, saying good morning, and following birds and other wonderful animals. When we do what we love, the money will follow. That is not a bumper sticker. It is truth. And you cannot prosper, as I've said before, without that love within you. What speaks to your heart? There are people out there also that I love to watch and follow that love to travel. And they just take a camera along and travel different places, and they get a following, which turned into a new career. Instead of working in an insurance office, they're a travel agent now. Or they've given up their day job altogether as they travel the country or the earth. They followed their great love, and it paid off for them. I know another couple that makes me smile. Like me, they love Halloween. And they'll go and film at different locations of scary movies or real life events. But they'll also take us on a tour of a Halloween event or a store. They're doing what they love, and they are successful. Success, true success, is not about what job you take and what is your hourly salary. It is about doing what you love and then doing it as well as you possibly can. Those who love what they're doing, they hone their skill. They work on it night and day. If they're recording something, they get better equipment or just work on getting better at it. If they're a musician, they practice. If they're a writer, they keep writing. The more you do something you love, the better the returns come back to you. It is the key to success. The key to success, as I said, is not going off to a 9-to-5 job. It doesn't care or matter if you go to college or go to a trade school. The key is following the path of love and choices that represent you and replicate who you are. So that's why that question is so important. Who are you? What do you want to do with your life? What would you do or ask for if you could? These are the questions to be answered. These are the keys to success. I must talk every single day almost about how much I try to avoid my profession. My profession, by the way, is a practice, as I call it. It involves tools, life coaching, hypnosis, healing. It hopes to strengthen your connection to heaven. But I thought I wanted something more mainstream. I didn't want to be different. And I didn't know if I really wanted to be self-employed. But I had to follow the love. It always came around again, that path. It always called to me. So I couldn't ignore it anymore. And once I followed it, my faith and my belief and the love of it paid off. You are worthy and are supposed to have the very same reward. Sometimes we'll say, I don't know what I want. I don't know what my life purpose is. Oh, but it is always underlying. It is never really in secret. It's just sometimes we don't pay attention because we don't know if we can have it. Or, like me, perhaps we try to avoid it because we're not quite ready for it. Or we want that approval of others around us. But others' approval only stifles your life. It does not help you to thrive. It only stagnates. Live for yourself and what you are called to. Being your own person, speaking your mind, living your life in your own right, and you will see the rewards that are paid. Now, that doesn't mean, by the way, that there won't be bumpy times or obstacles or no's or disappointments. It only means that eventually, when you follow what you love, you will prosper. Every road is paved with lessons and experiences to grow us. And when you are led to something, when it is from your heart, when it is from your soul, you will always be helped and you will always be successful, no matter what obstacles may get in the way. Where there's a will, there is always a way. And life, the joys of life can be so simple. A person whose simple joy is to film and photograph birds. And from it, fulfillment, income, satisfaction, and joy. So simple. Who would have thought? Weren't some of us taught to either stay home or work, and then you retire, and then you collect an income from retirement, and you live your life But is that success? Does that make you happy? There has to be love. There has to be joy. Even if it seems like it is the simplest thing, it is the way to go always. I am with you today because I am doing what I love. And I am so blessed and honored to be doing it. I remember when I started my self-employment life 17 years ago almost, full-time. I remember saying out loud, I never have to retire. I can do this until the rest of my life, as long as I want to, because I'm doing what I love. That is a very powerful and empowering feeling. And you deserve that as well. And as I've stressed, it could be so simple, but it has to be your own. The couple that are mad over Halloween, they have a branding. It is completely authentic. It is all about love of that world. They can in no way copy that from another. Something so simple has completely invigorated and changed their lives, their professions, and their income. What is there for you in the way of love is probably simple as well. Take the time to sit down and think what you would do with your ideal day. What would you love to do if you had all the freedom in the world? That is the answer. I am doing what I love. That was my answer. You have the answer as well. Success is individual. It is from the heart, and it overflows into the wallet. It can only be yours. It is something that you give to yourself. And what is most important is that you deserve success. You deserve to feel that fulfillment, to feel that accomplishment, to feel that surge of pride. It is yours. It is a gift to you. And only you can define it. And you are the only one that matters when it comes to an opinion of it. If you live your life according to your own principles, your own loves, your own focus, your own goals, if you live that way, others will follow. They will be inspired. They will do for themselves. They will begin to live more creative lives. You will be a leader and a teacher. And that is rewarding. That is fun. You have to be who you are. And yes, while being kind and thoughtful of others, while serving, but not because it is expected, but because you want to, because you understand the importance of being in the abundant flow, the giving out and receiving, the circle of life. Spend some time today on this Sunday thinking about what is important to you. What would you love to do? What does love mean to you? You have all those answers. And then begin and be that tremendous human being that you are. The one with the fingerprint unique to this universe. The one that the world would be different without. Take that time. You may be amazed and surprised about what you come up with, about what you love. And don't deny it to yourself. Embrace it. Allow yourself to have it. That is why you're here. And you are worthy of having it. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Sunday. Please be sure to check out my website once again at lisahop.com. And follow me on YouTube and Facebook. Like, subscribe, and share. And I wish you a very blessed Sunday and a wonderful week. Go out and get your success. You matter. Do what you love. Thank you.